Welcome to the show that takes up no more than 5 minutes of your time, but could help you gain massive real estate knowledge. It's 5 Minutes in Real Estate with best-selling author Shane Willis.
Hello, Shane Willis, Pensacola real estate expert, bringing you today's episode. It's Thursday, and boy, it was an early one for me. Got up about 4 this morning and started working immediately. Didn't get a chance to get the workout in this morning. I've got to go to court. I'm an expert witness sometimes down at the courthouse. So anytime I know I'm going to have 2 lawyers asking me questions, I do a little preparation, and I like doing the preparation early in the morning. Because it's quiet. My phone blows up off the hook most of the day. But as we start to, nobody does that about 4 o'clock in the morning. So I got up this morning, made my coffee. Hated that I had to fire up the blender real quick at 4:05 in the morning. Even get a text from my wife going, "Will you shut that thing off?" But I have to fire up the blender to make my bulletproof coffee. Fired it up for just a second. It didn't. My wife has a superpower of being able to go right back to sleep. I don't have that superpower. Anyways, spent a lot of time doing that, so now I know I'm pretty prepared for any of the questions that I'm going to get asked. I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 that I wasn't prepared for, but I'm okay with that because I know the business, so there's a reason why I'm being called there. But that's not what we came here to talk about. We didn't talk about my day in court today as an expert witness, although I'll probably let you know how it went tomorrow. So stay tuned. Today, I'm actually going to talk about luxury real estate. Because there was some worries, if you heard me first of the year, about the tax cuts. The tax cuts implemented the new tax code. It actually limited the deductions of state and local property taxes, as well as income and sales tax, to a total of $10,000. That means if you paid more than $10,000 on state and local income tax on the property or sales tax on the property, then that was your cap of limitations. One of the reasons that real estate has always appealed to people is because the tax code is skewed in favor of the real estate owner. But you can only limit these deductions to a certain dollar amount now. So it was presumed that that was going to really hurt luxury. Matter of fact, I pulled up a few things. Capital Economics had said the impact on expensive homes could be detrimental, with a limit on the mortgage interest deduction, raising taxes for those and that itemize. So that was from them. Moody's Analytics said the impact on housing prices is much greater for the higher priced home, especially in parts of the country where incomes are higher. And there are thus disproportionate number of itemizers where homeowners have big mortgages and property tax bills. So there's a lot of people thinking that luxury was just going to get murdered. That you're going to actually start to see some depreciation in values because the buyers aren't going to be there because the tax benefits, and especially if you're buying $1 million home or a $2 million home, you do start to take consideration those tax benefits. But this is what has actually happened. That was the projected. They were thinking that was going to happen. Here's what's happened. The National Association of Realtors actually just came out with an existing home sales report, and I'm going to put a link to that home sales report if you want to take a look at it in the show notes. Here's what's funny. Home sales between 500 and 750,000, they're up 11.9% this year. Home sales between 750 and $1 million are up 16.8% this year. So wait a minute. The 750 to $1 million mark, that was one of the marks that we all had to pay attention to. They're up 16.8. But get this. This is what floored me. Home sales over $1 million, up 26.7% this year. Okay, hello. Has this tax code done anything? Well, maybe it would have been 33 instead of 27, but is it the doom and gloom that everybody was talking about? No, not even close. According to these numbers, we're actually going up in luxury. There's some luxury properties here around our area that, it's probably going to sell. Taxes are not just the only reason you buy real estate. If you start looking at appreciation of $1 million, that kind of makes sense. Let's go this way because they got about 4 lawnmowers going that way. So we're just going to turn around instead of walking this way. I don't know if you hear them in the background or not. But just buying it for the tax benefits is not a reason to buy real estate. for most people. I do want to caveat that because I do have some investors that I know that have been saying, hey, I need to buy some long-term rentals because I need some deductions. Well, that's going to be that interest deduction is going to be capped at a certain dollar amount, but it doesn't mean that for the majority of us, that should be a determining factor of whether or not we buy real estate. It's just not. Once you start getting into multi-million-dollar portfolios, then perhaps that's something you need to take a look at. But again, there's the multi-million-dollar portfolio. If it appreciates 3%, but you're capped on your deduction, okay, you just have to talk to your CPA about how that makes sense. That's all. So has it been doom and gloom? No. Here's another article from Bloomberg. Median home values nationally rose 8% in March compared with a year earlier, while neighborhoods of San Francisco and San Jose, California have increased more than 25%. I know that's the West Coast, and sometimes I want to bring that national news to play because a lot of the news that we see here locally is actually national stuff, and so we don't have it as local. Aaron Terrazaz, he's a senior economist, I think over at Zillow. He basically summed up what we're seeing in the luxury market. And I put this in, we're seeing the exact opposite of what we expected. We have certainly not seen the doomsday predictions play out. Is luxury alive and well? Yep. If you're selling a luxury property, should you be concerned? Nope. Doesn't seem like. Seems like we're seeing the exact opposite. All right, that's all I got for you today. As always, if you have not subscribed to get the tips, tricks, the links to some of these articles that I'm quoting on this episode, get over to 5minutesinrealestate.com. That's 5minutesinrealestate.com. Also, if you've not subscribed to the podcast, to hear it daily when we update. We are on iTunes, Apple Play. Wait a minute, iTunes is Apple Play. Google Play. iTunes, Google Play. Android, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, all of them. Pretty much if you're listening to this, just find your player, hit subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, give me a nice comment. And finally, I always end it this way. Never ask for any money for these. Although it costs me money to produce them, I never ask for any money from you as a listener. What I do say is if I give you any value on this or any other episode, I ask that you share it on social media. I gotta go to court. Have a good Thursday.